Everybody, next is Jacob Colker. Jacob is...
Hang on one second. That was really, really cool. As a musician, like, that was an amazing band. Like, I just want to say, very, very cool. So, sorry.
No, it was amazing. Totally doing something that we did not expect. When he submitted that proposal, we had no idea what he was talking about. Like, all right, fine. But you're leading off round 2, so that's the way that's going to work. It was great. Next is Jacob Colker, Crowdsourced Volunteerism via smartphones, the promise of a new approach. Jacob is the co-founder and project lead of the Extraordinaires or the Extraordinaries? Extraordinaries. An organization dedicated to harnessing the power of micro-volunteerism for social good. So a big round of applause for Jacob.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about the project, and then I'm going to ask for your help. So 74% of Americans don't volunteer. For all the talk of service that we have in this country, still 3/4 of us don't do it. And with 60-hour work weeks, with kids, with errands, with the stress of everything else, it's really hard for us to find 4 or 5 hours each week to go down to an on-site location and engage with a community or an organization we care about. It's really tough. And it doesn't help that volunteering has a really high barrier to entry. You have to be vetted and trained and apply and long-term commitments and several hours or more. It essentially feels like a second job. And for many of us, that's too much with our hectic and busy lives. Now, here's my week on average. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to fit in 4 hours to engage with an organization that I care about, but I do have a few minutes of spare time. And that's really key here, is to think of what we can do in a few minutes. And if you ask people who don't volunteer, half of them say that it's because they don't have time. It's because we don't have the kind of time that volunteer organizations ask for us. We don't have 4 hours, we work jobs, we have lives, and it's really tough. But we spend 9 billion hours a year playing solitaire. An average of 51 minutes riding public transportation to work, 18 minutes standing in an airport security wing, doctor's offices, grocery stores, God knows how long it takes to get through the post office. We have billions of hours of these idle moments where we often stare out the window, listen to podcasts, play 4.6 hours a week of mobile video games. We have all this time, but it comes in these brief moments. So not only do we have spare time, but we're also armed with these powerful mini computers. So I can sit here and rattle off statistics, but I can also ask all of you to pull out your cell phone and hold it up in the air right now. Look around you. This technology is already in the pockets of millions of people, and it's up to us to turn on its capacity to do social good. That's what's really important, is that 1/10 of humanity will have powerful mini devices in their pockets in the next few years. And they can log in from anywhere on Earth within cell phone reception and engage with communities and organizations that they care about. And we have these tools ready to go. You see, a supercomputer is great, but there's nothing like the intuition of a human mind for 5 minutes or 3 minutes. And so what can we accomplish if we have tens of millions of people armed with powerful devices, a few minutes of their spare time, that can connect in and accomplish social good? Crowdsourcing is already making a big splash in the business community. Wikipedia, Incentive, reCAPTCHA, Galaxy Zero, 200,000 people log in each month to classify galaxies in their spare time. And so this is already working, and it's doing amazing things in the business world. How can we apply this concept to social good? What is essentially mass collaboration. And that's the thing. It's taking a few minutes of spare time, these incredibly powerful devices, and mass collaboration. So I'm not going to go through all the different things you can do, because there's literally thousands of them. But for example, you can translate documents, or talk to an immigrant for 10 minutes to help them improve their English language skills, or add subtitles to an advocacy film, or help tag photos to bring entire photographic areas into the public domain. This is a project that has been created by volunteers. We have not gotten funding yet. We've won a few competitions which have helped, but by no means are we VC. And this is something that we need your help with, because what we essentially do is we allow doctors, nonprofits, scientists, advocacy groups, even the government to harness the power of the crowd for social good, and in a sense, increase capacity. So many of us work for organizations that have 10,000 or 100,000 or more people in our databases. What if we could just take a few minutes of each of those persons' time each week or each month, and over the course of a year you have 10, 15, 20 hours times 10,000, you can increase the capacity of your organization. So these devices have mobile internet, GPS, camera, so many powerful tools in these devices, and the populace is already armed with them. How can we use this for social good? So we've created this for you guys, and this is a project that's done collaboratively. There are many people in this room who've been really supportive of our work. And actually, we just launched in Apple's App Store. So if you go to download.beextra.org and help us break the tool, it's a beta test. We want to break it so that we can learn how to make it better, but also help us understand how you can use this. We've created this for you, and we need your help to take this and turn it into something phenomenal. Peter Corbett earlier today talked about how we can use technology. There's a lot of actual discussions about how crowdsourcing and it can be used to accomplish major social projects. And so I'm asking your help to help us make this better, because this is very much a project that has been bootstrapped by the people that are in this room and across the country. And so that is my presentation. So thank you very much.